again, I just think that someone needs to. I think whether it's NFL players, baseball, basketball, all of them, whatever, somebody, they need to sit down and really, really discuss like what's the plan. I can't emphasize that enough because again, you're gonna go into a war or a battle or whatever with no plan.
Hey, yo, Mikey!
That's what I'm talking about.
What up, Beard Bros Podcast. Remember, if you're new here, subscribe, like, comment, share with the homie, all that good stuff. What can we say? We don't have a guest on our Friday today because I am sick, and I don't know the severity of my sickness yet. I don't think it's any coronavirus related. I think it's just a stomach bug. But we are practicing social distancing for us and for our guests if we had one. So we decided just to do one by ourselves. Um, Shout out to Clean Sports.
Clean House.
Clean House Picks, right?
Sports picks.
That's what it's called.
Again, you guys, thank you guys, Clean House. Link in description. Go to their Instagram. Follow them, and then you can subscribe for a weekly, monthly, or yearly subscription if you're looking for some professional help on your picks. I know as of right now, basketball, baseball, and I think hockey and soccer are boycotting some of their games, but we'll get into that shortly. But as soon as they resume, you can go back to placing your bets. I mean, there's bets from over and unders to just straight picking winners. They got examples on their Instagram. So if you go to their Instagram page, you can see how they do, how their picks turn out. You know, they update on a daily. So again, thank you, Clean House. Also, shout out the Beard Bros for sponsoring this podcast because, I mean, they're the shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he said, sports are temporarily postponed for Wednesday, Thursday. Basketball resumes back on Saturday.
Yeah, they said a couple days.
So be on the lookout for some kind of message they're going to put out because they had another meeting today. So they're probably going to be doing some more boycott, but not to the extent of not playing.
Yeah, so if you guys hadn't seen yet, basically yesterday, August the 26th, Milwaukee came out first because they were supposed to play the Magic in Game 5. Came out and said they were boycotting the game, which basically they meant they were not going to step foot on court and basically protest, / take a stand for the Jacob Blake shooting. I think he's in critical. He has not yet passed away, but they also said if he does make a recovery, that he's like paralyzed from the waist down. He got shot, I believe, 7 times, and I mean, if you haven't yet, Google Jacob Blake. There's a video. There's a story. There's hundreds of articles right now. I mean,
The least the Bucks could have did would reach out to the Magic because Magic players were out on the court thinking they were going to play.
right.
They could have been like, hey, man, don't even show up. We're not showing up. There's no reason. I mean, y'all could show up, but you know, what the fuck? They're not going to play anyway.
Yeah.
The least they could probably, I don't know if they did or they didn't, but to my knowledge, it looked like they didn't get told.
No, I don't think they got told. Plus, I think that was one thing that LeBron James had a problem with was they came out and didn't tell nobody.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lack of communication amongst, the own
Community.
like the
NBA
players.
NBA
Yeah,
commission,
yeah.
so.
Like you have your guys and you guys are in it together and simply if you're like from I get it what Milwaukee was doing because I want to say that happened in
It was
somewhere
Milwaukee.
in
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
it was in
So
Milwaukee. That's why the Brewers didn't play neither.
yeah, so I understand that, but again,
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, go for it.
I understand too, but it's like you're in a brotherhood if you play the game in the high level of the NBA, everybody's linked in a way. No matter what, no matter if you're the ball boy, no matter if you're the coach, no matter if you're the fucking ref, everybody's involved and everybody's a brotherhood. And it's kind of fucked up that they did that. Like, hey, we're not playing. We're not gonna let anybody else fucking know.
That was where I was gonna go.
Yeah, it's
was
kinda
they
fucked
are
up.
a brotherhood. They are all in it together. I guess my only thing is you are in it together, and you guys should speak about it. But also, it's not like that happened yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that incident with Jacob Blake happened yesterday. It happened a few days before that. I
Yeah.
even think it was about a week before that. So, why hadn't anyone talked about it anyways?
I have a speculation of why, because I've seen an article on it. It was August 26th, 2016. Is the day of when Kaepernick took a kneel. Or day of, or day two, or something. I don't remember what it was. I guess would preseason happen right now? For
It
football?
would be, yeah, it would be another. This would be
Week,
the
like-
second to last week of preseason.
So I guess he kneeled this day in 2016. So I'm assuming that's why they boycotted.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming that's probably the same reason.
I mean, it makes sense. The NBA has done a lot for their players, you know, and not just, I don't want to put it as if the players are the only people dealing. I don't even think the players are the ones dealing with, I'm not saying they don't deal with racism, but I don't feel like they're the
They got
focal point of it all. It's all these other
minority.
different citizens. I mean, yeah, they're minorities, but I'm talking like
Like the
individual
underclassmen
citizens,
and stuff?
lower class
Yeah.
people. And so, but they have the platform.
Didn't speak up. Yeah.
And the NBA, if more than any other, I believe, professional sport, plus I don't see it anywhere else either. Like, I don't see it on the news like CBS or CNN or Fox or anywhere where you have your organization, like your company of the NBA itself, promoting Black Lives Matter, BLM, I Can't Breathe t-shirts, like putting stuff on your jersey. Like, all that stuff is being okayed by the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because 90% of the fucking NBA, no, probably not 90. It's probably close to 90, but not 90. But probably the high majority is black individuals that play basketball. There's a few. I mean, not a few. There's quite a bit of white people or Mexicans.
There's white.
Yeah, there's,
I mean, Luka is Lithuanian or something like that. I mean, there's a vast majority of different race in the NBA. But yes, it's heavily ran by blacks. So I understand that. And also NBA is, outside of baseball, they're the only real, and even baseball, it's hard because basketball, you're literally sitting courtside, and it's like from you to me, I can see your face. I can see facial features, little details. You don't get that in any real other sports.
no, you get a helmet. You get maybe baseball, like you said, but they do have brims and stuff, so it's still kind of hard, and you're kind of far.
You kind of far because
The
it's not
only
like you're
place-
right here to right there. The baseball player ain't gonna really land on you.
Yeah, like if you're outfield, maybe you get a little bit better view, maybe close to first and third. I would say catcher, but he's not facing you, so you really don't see much. You see batters walk up,
Right.
but yeah, football. I mean, basketball's the focal point of notability. That's why Michael Jordan was way ahead of Deion Sanders. Even Deion Sanders was a good representation for the NFL as a face, but he wasn't on Jordan's level because Jordan's face was everywhere and you knew what he looked like.
And see, and that's my thing is, I am all, like, I watched Colin Cowherd today, and he made the best point of view that I had heard. That it's okay to be, like, against, like, the police or against protesting or against, like, whatever you are against. Like, but it's okay to go, like, be one way and play on the other side too. Like, Like, we get you're going to protest for the Jacob Blake. Like, taking that stand yesterday, by all means, 100% for it. Canceling the season, I'm not for it. And it's okay to be out there on the court because, again, I've expressed this before. If it weren't for the bubble and the NBA being on TV, I'm not saying I hadn't heard about like the BLM and all this other stuff, but I feel like it presents a bigger presence than if everybody was at home.
Yeah, we had a discussion yesterday. It was kind of a heated discussion on Fortnite about it, but I started thinking about it today. I'm like, he got a point because, like, you could tune off Instagram and not watch. You could block or stop following LeBron and not see it, but when there's nothing else to watch live and you're watching, there's this actual sports game and that's the only news besides CNN coming on, then yeah, it's kind of relevant. It's just in your face.
It's in your face. Yeah, maybe views are down. That's one, like, criticism they've had lately is their views are down, like, by 20% and stuff. But at the same time, how many people are you reaching? Because, like you said, LeBron has 75 million followers on whatever. But not everybody's LeBron. And I don't feel like LeBron should be the one to have to host up this whole change in America by himself.
He should be the front runner, though, at least.
Yeah, it's okay being the front runner, but like George Hill, he don't have that following group. He might have a good following group, but he's not reaching millions compared to if he's on TV. Mm-hmm. Now on TV, everybody's reaching the same amount of people, and you're reaching more people than by yourself.
That's true.
And I think it's important that they it's okay. Like last night they said LeBron got up because he felt like there was no sense of leadership and that they had no sense of direction. Understandable. He got up. Lakers got up. Clippers got up and said, we're done with the season. I get it when the heat of the moment's happening. Shit's said. Shit's done. You make impulsive decisions or actions. I get it. But they sat down today and they said, okay, what are we going to do? And how are we going to fix this? And how are we going to make a difference? And they know. Everybody knows. Going home and scratching that itch of maybe just seeing your family, I could understand that. But if all you're going to do is just go home, that's not doing anything.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, too. I don't think it will. Lakers in 5, though, because Damian Lillard left the bubble, so...
Oh, that series is over. But to be honest now, I think if the season or the playoffs continue, I mean, I expect them to do so. LeBron's winning the ship.
Oh, and he's gonna fucking demolish the Bucks. He's so mad at the Bucks. He's
gonna demolish everybody in the way. He isn't gonna let Kawhi step in and be the best player again 2 years in a row. He ain't gonna let nobody.
Nah,
I'm not even a LeBron fan, but
I became
I'll
LeBron
respect
fan
him
after a few weeks of what he's been saying lately.
Yeah, I respect everything he does.
Yeah, as a person, he's just a badass. But I don't know, he's not like my GOAT. But
no, he's not my GOAT.
He won a championship here, but
I look at it this way, and I gave a lot of. I respected this guy somewhat. His playoffs have been shaky. But I totally hats off to him. So Mookie Betts decided to sit out yesterday. He said, I ain't playing. And he came to Mookie Betts. It was Clayton Kershaw came to Mookie Betts and said, you're my brother. How can I, as a white man, help you as my brother, as a black man, stand together on this? And he said, if you're going to sit out as your brother, I'm sitting out. And then the Dodgers all together decided, we're sitting out.
Yeah, the Dodgers took a stand yesterday. Mookie Betts is the face for the MLB as a black man. He probably doesn't want to be. Probably didn't choose that life. It just kind of came on him after a lot of stuff he's done lately. He's just the activist that's gonna stand up for his kind and what he believes in. And if it ruins his money, then he ruins his money. He don't really go for it.
See, I don't think money is a real factor. I don't think at this point. I don't think anything should be a factor.
I mean, it could be. Look at Kaepernick. I mean, it might not have been.
But see, even Nike held their ground for him.
Nike has too many. Nike has too many black athletes to not stand by it, because they do that, then they're losing LeBron. They're losing.
Yeah, but
losing
at the
everybody.
same time, I don't think Kaepernick has ever. He hit a big contract before he was let go, and he was due all that money regardless, because a contract's a contract. Whether you want to sign him or not, that's a completely different debate. But the fact of when you sign that paper, it's both ends. You're signing, they're signing, and the agreement is mutual. It's like, okay, you do this and this. This is, I mean, they're guaranteed so much money. He probably got, I think he signed at the time like an $85 million contract, which was one of the highest at the time. And he probably got like 70% of that. Mm-hmm. So he's fine. I just think, and I said this yesterday when we were having our discussion. It's like, I want to know, and I want to hear it from somebody like LeBron or George Hill or something, but I want to know the goal here. Like, what is going to decide when this is over? Because if it were me, the way I see it is everybody is on the whole, like, white guys, or not guys, but white individuals are privileged, especially in the eyes of like a police officer. And then I'm not going to include Mexicans, but blacks, I feel they have the sense of, and I'm not here to disagree that for whatever reason they get mistreated, and it's just completely it's a horrible situation 9 times out of 10 pretty much. But where I was getting at is, I'm not sure if the goal is to hopefully one day be equals. Mm-hmm. Like, do you expect to be at a high privilege of white, or what? Because if that's the goal, me personally, I don't know. We're gonna have racism forever, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest goal you could ever get in this whole situation is the majority of Americans understand, and when stuff happens like this, we come together as a country instead of everybody divided. And
I look at it, I see this way. I think what needs to be done, and I'm not 100% for the funding of the police, to stop the funding of the police. I just think we need to better. I'm even on the side of maybe we need to fund them better to have the proper training because if we were to avoid these shootings and murders of innocent individuals, black, white, Mexican, Asian, I don't care the race, if we can avoid the killings or shootings of by police officers, I think that would be somewhat justice.
I feel like the only training you could do if you train both the cops and the civilians, like bring cops into lower end, high end, middle ends of the town and teach them their rights, and teach them.
Well, I feel like it could become like that could be a law that every year you have to take this class.
Yeah.
It's almost like jury duty. You go and do jury duty whenever.
I've never done jury duty.
No, they're going to call you now.
Fucking
But
dicks.
anyways, just like jury duty, why not every year just say, hey, these, like, go over your laws, your rights. When they read you their Miranda rights, like, what is it that they mean? Yeah. And when you give them, like, an 8-hour class once a year isn't going to kill anybody. I think it's beneficial for your everyday civilians.
Yep.
And then if you were to train the officers to learn how to de-escalate a situation.
My thing is they could de-escalate mass murderers, suicidal people, and they can't de-escalate a minority or irate fucker that's just going crazy, or there's people that
but
are
see, that's the thing is
it's
hard. Like, I'm sure you've been around somebody that's been on drugs, or even a drunk fucker. Take that for example. I think everybody's been around a drunk son of a bitch, guy or girl, and it's just how hard is it talk to them.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
It's like you talk and they start acting crazy. They want to drive or they try to hit you or, all these things.
Little bastards.
And that's my point is it's not just drugs or alcohol. Sometimes people are just fed up and then when you have
they think they know the law better than other people know the law. Like, I'm not saying the cops know every law that's fucking made.
no, probably not.
But they know vast majority of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what they practice.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if they were there and they had a group of civilians and they fucking taught civilians, the civilians will teach people. Boom, boom, boom. It's just a trickle effect.
Well, it's always good to know things.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power, and I don't think it's wrong for us to have to know our laws. Like if someone's telling you to chill or to whatever, just fucking stand there, then fucking stand there.
Yep, they tell you to wave your hands and like you just don't care. I guess you're waving your hands like you
Yeah,
just
like
don't care. It don't
it's
fucking
not.
matter.
I don't know why everybody feels the need to. Again, I think we've talked about this before. Is just to disobey, be rebellious.
But cops also can't be the jury, the judge, and the executor in situations.
No, and I agree to that too. They cannot do that. They have a duty to protect and serve and all these things, but there's a point in when an officer has to enforce some physical contact. Now, do I think pulling out a firearm is always the go-to? No, I don't think that ever should be the go-to. I don't even think the taser should be the go-to. I think pepper spray should be your go-to.
Or beanbag gun. Fucking
no,
smack 'em
this
with a
is
beanbag
why.
gun.
Okay, this is why I say no beanbag gun or no taser. Those are both firearms. Okay, you can easily mistake a firearm for your actual firearm. A fucking thing of mace it's circular. It's a little long. It does not feel like a gun. It's not. It's not a gun. So, in order to pull that, you're not gonna mistake that for something else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you're going for a taser, I could see you grabbing your gun and mistakenly. Not saying that's an excuse either, but it happens. Okay, especially in a heated confrontation, you're just fumbling for whatever, and you grab whatever, and that's what you grab. I mean, it's happened. So I think if at whatever point they felt like, okay, this is going too far, mace their asses. Because if they can't see, how are they going to get anywhere near a weapon?
Yeah, I was thinking like how they do robberies, how they have that. They just stay like close to their car. Like they could do that for a little bit, you know what I mean, until they see the real threat. Then they can make a move. Because not always they have to be hands on right there next to the individual.
No, you're right, but
there's a lot of tactics you could use.
But see, that's where I think funding the police
Yeah.
and proper training for the police comes into play.
It can't be that the police stop policing, because then what's gonna happen? We're gonna have more Mexicans killing Mexicans, whites killing whites.
Well, it's just gonna be chaos.
Yeah, people are just gonna be killing people, and it's gonna be like, where's the cops? You know, like Portland, they were like, where's the cops? Well, if you always stop fucking with them and having them feel like they're not shit, they would have been there for y'all.
Yeah, it's. I know it's tough, but this is where I again, and I'll even link the damn video. I don't care. Where Colin's talking, he's like, it's okay to be for both. It doesn't mean because I think police should be funded now I'm racist. It has not. I am totally against racist, and I'm totally like on board for the police. I think we need some order in charge of us because we will lose our shit. But I also don't think that picking, like basically being a bully or whatever towards someone's skin color is I think it's very foul. It's uncalled for.
Yup. I don't know. There's not really a solution besides training on both sides. Like, civilians need to know their rights. That should be a class from 1st to 12th. That should be a class 1st to 12th.
Yeah,
simple laws like turning signals, 1st grade. You know what I mean? Lines where you could drive, where you could park. Just simple shit.
It's just you have to know your stuff.
Yeah.
And the sooner you know your stuff, it's easier.
Mm-hmm. And then there's more lawsuits you could win. And then you're in a position of power.
Yeah, because I don't understand. Like, I get this whole protesting, but I don't see protesting how it's working other than how it's causing more problems.
Hmm.
It's like,
You can't have 50,000 people and expect everybody to act right.
yeah, like it's just
You
gonna
can't even have 100 people.
yeah, it's meant for
We've all been
disaster.
to parties. We've all been to ragers where one bad apple fucks it up for everybody else.
Yeah, and I'm all for like going just back to the basketball and the players, and I mean baseball. Again, I think yesterday they made a stand. I am 100 on for it. I'm like, cool. Like, you just showed that you guys control the NBA. If you don't play, then fuck it. What are they going to do? Sue you guys? Yeah, you're under contract. But again, for you guys to be sued, it's really what? Penny on the dollar kind of shit. Like, it
Yeah.
ain't much. And so I look at it as they made a stand. Now let's push forward to making another stand, but in a, like I said, I think the best thing to do, like, yeah, those cops should be investigated, probably arrested, and being like facing some type of charges right now. But I would like to see the video camera. I want to see what were they even doing there, because I've heard rumors, and again, do not quote me. I'm not 100% sure, but I've read a few things that according to them, they were there based off a warrant for Jacob Black. He was facing
Blake.
Blake. Black. Blake, that he was facing like sexual assault charges and a few other things. I don't know if that's true, but I'm one for always being informed. I'd like to know a little bit more. You know, again, we've talked about this on the podcast, that we live in a clip world where you see 30 seconds, a minute of a clip, and then you base all your facts and all your opinions and all this stuff based off 30 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know. Even we've already spoke about warrants. Warrants sometimes are funny and wonky, so sometimes
Right.
it is what it is. But I don't know. I just feel like even though say he was a child predator, because I keep seeing this everywhere, if he's done his time and lived in the justice system and everything else and done his shit, there is no reason for him or her or whatever to fucking suffer anymore. They already
I
did their
agree, but
time.
if they're there for a warrant, you're under arrest.
No, this is what I'm saying about people here in town. Like,
Oh,
this
no,
person's a child sex offender. Da 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 da. Let's go to his house and beat his ass and kill him.
Yeah,
Like,
see, that's inappropriate.
like,
That's you being immature.
Now we're fucking vigilantes. What the fuck's going
Yeah,
on?
you don't ever.
They need to take your guns away and throw you in jail for fucking.
Yeah, because you have
sounds like-
malicious intent, and that's almost basically attempted murder, and that's not cool.
No, so I'm like sick of seeing it. I'm not gonna say nothing to y'all because I don't give a fuck about social media. You can say what the fuck you want. I mind my business, but this is my podcast, so I will speak about it, and I will tell you, that's fucking weird because there's a lot of you motherfuckers that have passed that y'all probably ain't happy about, but y'all want to talk about this, that, and the third. It's like
It's
fucking
basically
weird.
to deflect the attention off themselves.
Yeah, it's like
no
one sin's worse than the other sin. I don't care what it is. I'm not God and I'm not a jury, so I'm not gonna judge anybody by what they did. Now, if they're doing it like still, then yeah, fuck them, kill them. I don't give a fuck what you do at that point. There should be, if you're a child predator, that should be a law that you die lethal, like injection or something. But that's just my opinion.
No, you're right. I mean, like I said, I don't know the whole story behind Jacob Blake, but I'd like to know more. The more you know, the better I feel like you can basically defend somebody on one end. Now, either way, even I look at it this way, even if he was wanted and he was even facing murder charges, felony charges, whatever the case is, did he deserve to get shot? No.
It didn't look like he was violent.
No, it
that
didn't.
was only a 30-second clip, but he didn't look violent. I mean, there was 4 cops that could have tackled him before he even got to that vehicle.
Yeah, and so for that, I would like to see more. I would like to see more. That way, I can kind of base my opinion more off of the entire ordeal than just a 30-second clip. Because right now it's like, oh well, yeah, they shot him for trying to get to his vehicle. Which, yeah, everyone has their opinion. Oh, maybe he had a gun. Maybe he was gonna run them over. This, whatever. Oh well, maybe he didn't have anything. Why did he get shot? Like, I get it. All these different points of views, but it's like until I see it all from the beginning when the cop showed up to the very last second to when they shot him, it's like, what happened? What even led him to basically stamper off to his car?
Yeah, like if you're that close to a person, how did he even get close to the car?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just weird to me to see, like, I don't know. It's just weird to see that it happens every day, and the ones that go unheard is the real problem. Like the people we don't hear about. Like, yeah, we hear about Jacob Blake, George Floyd. We hear about Eric Gardner's and stuff like that. But the ones that we don't hear about, that's the crazy ones. Like people are just brushing those under the rug.
Well, I'm sure that's the thing is I'm sure there's so many incidences all the time.
All the time, there has to be.
And again, I don't know. That's what I want to hear from somebody. Again, I want to hear from LeBron or somebody on that level of importance to say, hey, this is our goal. Because at this point, I'm not even sure they know what their goal is.
Nope.
And if you don't have a sense of direction, then what are you doing? And I'm not saying what they're doing isn't good, because I'm all for everything that they've done up till so far. But you have to have it, because what are you going to do? Are you going to protest this forever? Like, is that the goal? Is just continue to wear the Black Lives Matter shirts and stuff forever? There has to be something you set your sight on and say, if this changes, and I'm not even sure what that means is when they say we need change, what needs to be changed? I think people dying by police officers need to be changed. That's how I see it.
Yeah, there shouldn't be that many police killings any race. I don't give a fuck. I don't know the numbers, but it sounds like it's ridiculous. Because you don't hear about Europe killing fucking cops killing people.
You didn't even hear about Canada.
No. And, I mean, maybe they keep it hush-hush over there or something, but we're fucking the center of attention every fucking time we look. I'm pretty sure.
But I got to think, though, too, we're not getting news from over there here, and they're probably not really getting too much news from here.
But if they were having a protest, I'm pretty sure we would hear, like, if they were like, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but I'm sure, like, shit's going down in other places right now. Like,
Maybe.
think of, like, Iraq and Iran.
Well, those are fucked up places.
I know, but even
places.
then, we don't hear about all those.
That's some fucked up place over there, though.
Well, that's why what they're saying.
We hear a lot of shit over there.
I'm pretty sure they say the same about us. They're probably like, hey, that's a fucked up place over there.
They hear a lot of shit about Iran and shit, though. Like, you get on Twitter, you just see it all the time.
No, you're right. Like I said, I want to know what it is that people are trying to stand for. Like, I got this shirt, like, I think almost a year ago, and it says erase the line, and it's got a line in between the blue and red. And basically, because we're divided by south and north. North side of town is basically, most of the north side is higher class individuals or people. Okay, so they make probably a little bit more money if you can live on the north side, which there is Goddard. Mm-hmm. And then on the south side, you got a little bit lower class people living down here. You have the base, and you have like kind of the hood, to say the least, down south a little bit more. You got Chihuahuita, and you got the Triangle, and like I said, you got the base and stuff like that. But this is from my church that I attend, shout out Church on the Move, that they are all for just getting rid of the line. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't try, because like that's even a sense of racism when you look at Goddard and say fuck Goddard, or Goddard looks at us and they say fuck Roswell High. Like, I understand there's a competitiveness to it, but at the same time, our town isn't the biggest to be divided. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now, if we were like Albuquerque, it's so big that having other high schools is only essential, because it's like, well, there's not enough room for one big high school.
Yeah.
You know? But as small as we are, to have two high schools divided,
It's kind of hard though because if you look up north, it's like nicer restaurants.
well, that's what I'm
nicer-
saying.
it's like damn, you come over here, it's just gloom, and it's like damn, this shit sucks over here.
But
That
that's
shit does
but see,
suck.
but that's what I'm saying is Roswell that big where division like yeah, you go south, but 2 minutes later you're north. Like it's not like it's that big where it's like damn, south is dirty and
Then
north
once,
is clean.
once you touch that north side though, it's just you feel like you're just like damn, I'm on top of the world over here.
I'm
It
just
feels
saying,
like two different cities. In
I
this
don't
town.
know if it'll ever happen.
No,
I mean,
don't
maybe
think-
when I become mayor, I'll push for it. But I know that for sure if we were to be one, I can have all the best teachers. I'm not saying all you teachers are bad, and I'm not saying you suck or anything. I'm just saying if I could get the best
No, he's
teachers
saying
in town I mean, I'm sure with all the teachers and the kids and stuff, I would need all the teachers. But to have the best teachers available at our discretion for students, because students are our future, then why wouldn't I want that? Like if Goddard has better teachers than Roswell High, why would I not want my Roswell High kids to be taught by them? Like especially your higher end individuals that are like taking your honors classes, or if Roswell High has a better special needs teacher, why would I not want Goddard special needs kids being taught by the better special needs teacher? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would rather. I guess I'm very what is the word that I'm looking for? Like I don't want to say communist, but I like almost being equal because I want everybody to have almost the same opportunities.
It's like a very conservative city, like you.
Conservative, that's what it is. I am more of a conservative person because I like the fact of giving more help to more people.
Mm-hmm.
And having a divide in between town like Roswell High and Goddard, it's like, yeah, I love the history behind it. Like I hate Goddard. But why would I hate Goddard? Like it's so weird that I can sit here and say that with like whatever expression on my face, like it's not a big deal. And I bet you people in today's world, like in places like Alabama and shit like that, look at black people and they're like, I hate black people. And it's like, whoa, why would you say that? But it's so normal there, just like it's normal here to say we fucking hate Roswell High if you're from the north side. I fucking hate Goddard because I'm from the south side.
I just hate all schools.
I'm just saying, like, even in our simple town, we may not deal with actual skin color racism, but we do deal with the type of racism.
Yeah, like discrimination. Of
Yes.
Where you go or like,
Where you go,
like if you fuck up, I hate this mother. I don't know. I'm not gonna even say his name. I'm not even giving him the time of the day. But this motherfucking customer, bro. I messed up. I don't know why I do it, but the 9s look like a 6 to me every time. So I said it was $9.69, but it was $9.96. So the two were flipped around, and he's all, "Are you dumb? Did you fucking go to Roswell High?" I looked down, I was like, "Nah, nigga, I went to university." That nigga looked at me all crazy. I was like, "Nah, nigga, I went to university. Like the fuck?" And he's just like, "Well, why'd you switch the 9 and the 6?" I was like, "I seen a 9 first. Okay, sorry. Goddamn." And I was like, anybody could have made the mistake, bro. And this one customer fucking doesn't give it up anymore. He just keeps bringing it up. Is it 969 or 996 or 996? I was like, shut the fuck up. Fucking stab your
it's
old ass.
just, I don't, like
It's
I
like
said,
the simple shit.
it's just shit like that, bro, that we deal with.
I'm like, fucking dick.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
did you go to Harvard or did you go to New Mexico State? Bitch. Like,
Yeah, like
pussies. I'm like,
I mean,
fuckers.
I don't know, man. I just, like I said, there's
fucking-
got to be
Yeah,
a solution.
I don't know. Like, I see what you're saying on that. It's dumb, but it could get to a higher extent to just being schools. Like you said, Alabama normalizes racism, which I
Because-
don't know if they really do. It's just rumors that they're always racist, and every time I look up, and there's a video of them being racist.
No, and that's the thing is it exists. It exists, and it's almost normal. And that's the issue. And I get that being racist is probably never going to go away. People will continue to be racist for the rest of our lives. And you know what? The sooner we cope with that and just say, you know what? It's okay that you don't like me. But as long as I'm not mistreated by the authorities, I don't care what you have to say about me. You're just an average Joe just like myself or whatever, okay? But if I'm getting mistreated by you and the authorities, now I'm losing. Now I am a minority. Now I am not treated as an equal. I'm at a disadvantage. You got just your opinion, and now the authorities' opinion is against me. That's what's not fair.
Yeah. And if it never stops, then I don't know if it ever is gonna stop. But if it doesn't ever stop, you're not gonna see a lot of black people or minorities in sports anymore. They're just gonna be like, there's no point of making money for these millionaires anymore.
Yeah, you know what's strange too is they mentioned this, and I don't want to start any rumors or anything because I don't know what's going on. It could be health related. I really don't know, but I forgot who they were talking. I think it was Stephen A. Smith. He said ever since the George Floyd incident, no one's heard from Jerry Jones. And now, still no one's. I mean, it's been months.
But no one's heard from a lot of people. Like Jay-Z,
Yeah, but-
I ain't heard nothing from Jay-Z. I mean, he's black, and I ain't heard nothing from Jay-Z. I haven't heard nothing from Robert Kraft or Michael Rubin.
Yeah, but Robert Kraft got Meek Mill out of jail.
But yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
Kevin Hart,
Michael Rubin.
a bunch of those people tried to help for months to get Meek. It was like 5 months they had been trying to get Meek Mill out of jail or whatever. And then the moment that Robert Kraft went and visited him and all this shit, he was out within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
But after George Floyd, you still haven't heard nothing from him. Like Jerry Jones doesn't really speak out on shit. He just speaks about his football team and that's it. Like he's not that guy.
I mean, it's true because Tom Brady's not that guy.
Tom Brady's not that guy. He has still yet to say anything. Like
See, and I think that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take somebody like a Tom Brady or
Trout.
a Mike Trout or I don't know who else is a higher echelon type of player like a Sidney Crosby or a I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna take somebody like that to step up to the plate and say enough is enough.
like Della Don or Deanna Taurasi or something.
I mean, they are though. WNBA has been.
Yeah, you'd have to get somebody that's high like Tom Brady or Joe Montana to speak up. Or,
I'm trying to like if Jerry Jones came out and said something,
yeah,
I think that would truly be
he'd probably be the biggest
because he's the richest man I think I know of.
sports guy. At least he's probably the most notable. He's probably the most respected too.
Yeah, I'm just saying until you hear from somebody that is basically Caucasian, has a lot of, I guess, pull, or I guess is respected at a higher tier. I'm not saying that that's the only way to make change, but I know having someone behind you like that can only benefit you.
Yeah, because you could hear from a Magic Johnson, you could hear from a Jay-Z, you could hear from a LeBron, but it's like how that lady said, shut up and dribble. That's basically what people think. They're like, just shut up and dribble. I don't think that, but this is like that.
No, and you're right. And that's what I mean is you have to hear from somebody high up. Like, I don't know who. I don't even know if there is a who. But that's what I'm thinking. Why not all the owners, of all sports, all the football owners, all the basketball owners, all the baseball owners finally step up and say, you know what, enough is enough. We want this shit changed. Like if Robert Kraft were to be able to say, hey, you know what, I want the police defunded and I want this done, and I bet you it could be changed. If he could get Meek Mill out of jail like no fucking big deal, I guarantee you could make a change in Boston.
I think if he changed his colors this year to black, all black with a BLM on the side, that'd be fucking fire. Like if Robert Kraft did that.
See, but that's
and you have an activist in Cam Newton as your quarterback, that'd be fucking lit.
See, but that's what they were talking about too. Is the football season has yet to start, but does that mean that now what? Does that mean Patrick Mahomes is gonna boycott the first game? Is Russell Wilson?
I can see Russell Wilson
Like-
and Pat Mahomes.
Like, are they gonna do
I can
it?
see
Or
Lamar Jackson.
yeah, like what's the move there? Deshaun Watson and all these people. What are they gonna do?
Nah, that would be crazy.
I don't think that they.
How entertaining would football be?
Well, you got to think. Everybody is a football fanatic.
Yeah.
Basketball, there's fans. I'm not going to say there's not fans, but I could do, even myself, as much as I love sports in general, I could do without basketball. You take away football, that's a different fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've gotten to the point of like, damn, that sucks. Like, I'm actually going to be a little bit irritated. It's like, damn, the one thing I wanted is the one thing I can't have. And,
What if they're like, we're gonna boycott the season until we get what we want?
I mean, 2020's been so fucked up that I wouldn't even be surprised.
You wouldn't care?
No, I would care. It's just I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like Jerry Jones is like, my team's not playing this year. Sorry.
What if only so many teams did it?
Yeah, if you had like half
Like,
the league.
I think there's two coaches that are not coaches. I think there's two owners that are black owners in the NFL. Like, what if them two? I think the NFL would carry on. As sad as that sounds, I don't know. Maybe there might be another few teams. Maybe. Maybe a couple of the teams that, like the Steelers, because they have a black coach, and whoever else. But I don't know. Like I said, I am...
If Tom Brady came out and said he's boycotting the season till something happens, then everybody's boycotting.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying is it's like when LeBron says something, people fall in line. Now, I've always said that, though. When your leader steps up and people respect him, people fall in line.
So that's why LeBron's MVP, because he said something, walked out, and even the other LA team walked out with him. Like, they're like, damn, that motherfucker got it.
Well,
Like,
you can't continue the playoffs with the two best teams not playing.
No, hell no. You can't.
What are you going to do? Advance Portland and advance Dallas? I mean, yeah, Dallas could potentially win that series, but Portland doesn't deserve to move on.
No.
And Magic, what if Milwaukee said they're done? Magic going to move on? They don't deserve to move on.
You thought 20% was high on views lost. Now you're looking at 60%.
Yeah,
views
a
lost.
majority of your best players are out.
Yeah, you would probably see a James Harden championship.
James Harden, maybe a Luka, maybe either
even a Chris
Nuggets or
Paul.
Jazz.
Even Chris Paul.
Maybe.
Yes.
I'd probably pick the
Or
Jazz.
Celtics.
Maybe I could. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens from here on out. I mean, am I glad that the NBA is back? I guess again, yes. Was yesterday overblown? Yes. I like what they did, but the whole we're done. I didn't think it was gonna stick. Did you think it was done?
I thought so, because once LeBron said he was done, bro,
You thought it was done.
it was over. I mean, whoever convinced LeBron to stay in the bubble was hats off, because I know LeBron he probably set in his ways. If he said something, he's gonna do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I think it was so heated last night that once they slept on it and whatnot, probably talked to their
You
family.
think he was packed and ready to leave?
No.
I think.
I think last night he called his wife. They sat down and talked probably for a good couple hours, and she said, hey, tomorrow is another day. Sleep it off. That's why you have your companionship. There's that person that knows how to de-escalate a situation.
Yeah.
She knew what to say and calm all their wives and family, because that's the one thing I think that they miss the most is just their companionship with their loved ones.
Yeah.
They've been locked up for fucking months now.
Yeah, I mean, you could go so far with FaceTime, but it's like actual touch and feel is where it's like.
And I think Monday is the official date of the quarantine being done for those people that had come for all their players. Like Damian Lillard had his family there, but he was like, I'm done, and he bounced. He bounced, and they all got on a private jet, and he took off back home. So I know once you get that back, it's going to be better. It's like, oh, like those are my kids, or that's my lady.
He must have seen like a picture of Kobe and was like, yeah, I got to do it for my
Shout
boy.
out Lou Will. He's got 2 ladies.
And Like Drake said, I'm trying to. He said, I'm going in like Lou Will. Like
That's
for
what I'm
real.
saying. Shout out that boy.
Lou Will.
Nah,
does.
but it's just like, I think that's what happened last night.
Yeah, she must have been like, "You really gonna leave? You really not gonna do it for Bean?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got a point."
Well, she was probably like, okay, like LeBron, like what are you gonna do? What you gonna come home and stay here? Then what? How are you gonna make a change from here at home?
Yeah.
Because you can't. I'm not saying you can't, but it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard.
You could only do the barbershop so many times and talk about it so many times. So
and you
people are
still
like,
gotta get views.
Yeah.
You ain't getting views like people are watching because you're making a statement on public TV across the globe.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about the bubble. He can't go out and do it physically now. He has to literally just sit there and do an interview or be in the bubble. Like, that's
But
the only
maybe
sucks
this is this is my point. Is I feel like they could do more. Him, Anthony Davis. It would have been Dame Lillard at the time, but let's just say James Harden and Russell Westbrook in the next round. Like they can do something pre-game or post-game and make more statements together as a team, and then the other teams do the same thing, or work together to make this thing of like we gotta push. Because I think you made the statement as like all this shit's trendy for everybody that posted black pictures and tweeted all this stuff over the last couple months or so. I want to see where you're at here in the months to come. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you were there when it was trending, but are you there forever?
People don't want to stick around through the hardship. People don't want to stick around when shit's not going good. When it's going good, oh yeah, high and mighty. I'm activist. I'm Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna wear the shirt. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But wait till it's 60th on the trending list. Now you have,
or it's not even on there no more.
Yeah, you're not really worried about it anymore.
But that's been my biggest thing. Is like I see it, but what is gonna be done? I want to hear that. I want to know because I'm all for it. I'm all for everything. I want it to be squashed. I want this to be put behind us. And and being realistic with myself, I know I'll never be behind us, but I want it to be more of a just almost a celebratory moment.
I'd rather it be less of a debate and more of an understanding. I feel like
that's true.
People need to stop debating it and start understanding people's pain, and stop saying they're just basketball players. I mean, yeah, they're just basketball players, but at the end of the day, they're black people first. They have a family first, and they kind of feel like they have to tell their kids.
Well, that's the thing, though, too, is they hold the highest power of black, like the black community. They have the platform.
Yeah.
Not like these other individuals that are just, I'm not like being degraded, but these like Joe Blow people, they can't do it. But I just hope that, I think we've talked about this in the past, is why do gangsters have kids to raise more gangsters? Yeah. I hope that like people that like are racist don't raise more racist kids, or like black people don't raise more like, how can I put it, unaware kids too. Like it all has to work. Like everyone has to work to be better.
I had a conversation with somebody last night, and she was just like, you can't put stuff in the atmosphere and expect it not to happen. Like, you can't tell your kids that you're going to get killed by a cop, because eventually it's going to come to fruition, and whatever you speak into the life sometimes come into light. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, most black people I know were like, yeah, my parents were telling me, like, hey, this is what you do when you see a cop, and da-da-da-da-da. And even if you do those things, you might still get shot, but...
Well, that's what I think I've tried to preach too, is like, I get it that cops are sketchy, but at the same time, you just have to do your best to abide by the law. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're out there to try to prove a point that you're going to be the difference maker, if you're going to do that, do it be intelligent about it. Like either study up on your laws, study up on everything else rather than disobeying and trying to flee a scene or shoot the cops or do whatever that's going to potentially lead to a fatal ending.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was LeBron and all these millionaires, I'm paying lawyers and people in higher places to figure out how to change laws and change regulations and reform justice. Because, yeah, you could protest. Yeah, you could Black Lives Matter. But once you start changing laws and stuff in the legal system, then you really won. Like, he has that U Academy or whatever the fuck it is for the kids in Ohio, the school. He should have a class there that makes them from whatever grade to whatever grade and teach you law. Like, I mean, you're not gonna be a lawyer, but
No, but it's like learning taxes, learning how to get a credit card, learning how to manage your money. Those are things, those are real life things. Learning the law is important. If you don't know the law, then shit's going to happen.
what do they say? Ignorant is bliss, basically.
Yeah.
So if you really don't know it, I mean, you can't really talk about it. But if you knew the law more, then you could actually inform your children on what cops could do, what their rights are, and stuff like that. Yeah, you could tell them they're gonna kill you or they're gonna shoot you because that's what cops do or that's what they've seen. But if you start informing them onto other like ideas of how to assess the situation, then it could be kind of de-escalated it by the community instead of the cop.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a challenge, and I think it's going to be something that's going to be dealt with over the course of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no easy fix, and if someone's out there thinking that there is, I feel sorry for you because, unfortunately, this isn't something that's just going to turn around tomorrow or next week or next month, and it's going to be all okay. Like, this is going to... Like, you're trying to change laws and fucking all this other shit. That's just... I mean, it sucks to say that, but we have to do it.
I don't know. Money talks sometimes. They can get laws changed pretty quick with money involved.
But you got to think, even from state to state, laws are not the same. Our laws, as in New Mexico, are not Texas laws.
That's true.
And
Texas.
Arizona. So it's amongst the entire United States. Like, you're gonna have to change laws for everybody, and shit like that is just it's not something that happens over one night. Mm-mm. It's gonna be a long process. But again, I just think that someone needs to. I think whether it's NFL players, baseball, basketball, all of them, whatever, somebody. They need to sit down and really, really discuss, like, what's the plan. I can't emphasize that enough because, again, you're going to go into a war or a battle or whatever with no plan.
Yeah, like Mookie Betts needs to talk to LeBron. LeBron needs to talk to Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes needs to talk to so-and-so.
See, and I'm not sure if even Pat Mahomes is the guy. Like, he's so young. I'm not sure he's in the how can I put it? He's not there yet. Like, his performance is all there. Like, he's an athlete and stuff. But, like, LeBron, like, it's not even LeBron. Chris Paul is the guy that runs the NBA PA or whatever it is, Players Association. And then I don't think it's Mookie Betts for the MLB. I think it's, who's the guy in charge for the MLB? I don't know. And then the NFL, I think, is like Russell Wilson. And I even think Ed Reed's a part of that, too. So that's who it's in the Players Associations, basically the players that are, like, they fight for the players. They're like, we're the players, we know, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. They all need to come together. Because, again, the more the merrier, and the more you know, and the more you can actually set a goal, then that's when things... Right now, I just feel like it's all up in the air.
It's all just whatever, like day by day kind of thing.
Yeah, day by day. Like, oh, today's Jacob Blake's T-shirts, you know. The last couple weeks, it was the Breonna Taylor sweaters. Mm-hmm. Before that, it was the I Can't Breathe George Floyd shirts. Like, I'm all for those things, but there's got to be a goal. Like, you got to... It's like when you run for president, you have a slogan. And that slogan goes all the way for from the moment you start campaigning to the end of your term. That's what it's got to be. You have to come up with the slogan and say, hey, till we make change, this is what we stand for. Whether it's BLM or fucking whatever it is, you got to and make a plan. Say until cops are better trained or defunded or out of commission or arrested for their actions or whatever and blah, 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 then I don't see much change happening because I don't even know what's trying to be changed.
I don't know. I can't run with the idea if LeBron and bigger people don't tell people like us what their plan is. Because I mean, maybe the plan's good and I run with it too. Like, shit, you could have communities running with it instead of just millionaires. You have average people like the average Joe.
Yeah. I just know when you make a plan and you stand behind it, more people can stand behind it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you just have to do it in order to be able to actually
do it.
Yeah, basically. You know, it's just a matter of having a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the sooner the better you can sit down with people and discuss a plan. I think that's when things will actually get better.
I think so too.
But I don't know. I mean, we've went on for literally an hour of this, but that's the hot topic right now, guys. I hope you guys understand. Voice your opinions. I mean, I'm all open ears to everything you guys had to say, whether you agree, disagree, have a different point of view, different opinion. I'm all for it.
Don't expect me to reply. I don't run my social media, so.
I mean, I'm all for it. I don't get offended. You cannot get under my skin. I voice it based off of knowledge and just basically experience. And, you know, again, nothing I say is factual. It's all opinion based. I just, like I said, I like the thought of change. I just want to know what the actual process of making something change is and what it is we're changing.
Yep. So don't comment on my stuff because I don't reply. I mean, even if you're my homie.
Also, I just want to end on one at least somewhat positive note. Thank you guys for all the love you showed for that Undiscovered Taste Buds video.
Oh, I know. Stop texting me. I'm not cooking, motherfuckers.
I mean, I got so many messages and feedback off of that. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
I don't know if you guys would like to see maybe some more cooking sessions. I'll even teach my brother how to cook a little bit.
That's going to be a frustrating, funny one.
You know, I'm all for food and everything else, so I appreciate that love that you guys showed over the last couple of days or so. That video was fun. It was super early in the morning.
You could tell motherfuckers was like, damn, how early was that? Because they could tell I was not in the mood. I'm a morning person. But I'm a morning person to be left alone in the morning. I don't like to be spoken to. Like at work, people are like, don't speak to Ben. I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but that shit smacked.
It was fucking delicious.
It was so good. Thanks
Best
again.
thing I've eaten like forever. Thanks to my brother for fucking cooking it up. Thanks for Facebook for giving me the idea.
Yeah, it was fire, man.
I just want to thank God for this one.
Yeah, so if you guys have any more recommendations, want to see me cook it up, I'm all for it.
Yep.
So make sure to like, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Again, shout out Clean House Sports Picks. If you guys are wanting to bet and you aren't sure how to bet or who to bet for, please go follow them on Instagram. Link in description. Go subscribe to their subscription of 1 week, 1 month, or a yearly subscription to get professional advice and recommendations on the bets you place. So shout out Clean House Sports Picks. Thank you again for sharing all of our posts recently. On that note, I mean, shit. Hope you guys enjoy it. Have a blessed weekend. Beard Bros are out.
Mamba out.
That's what I'm talking about.